Good evening, Rotorua. Tonight on City News, Rotorua District Council Roading Manager Peter Dine says he's pleased with the progress of the Lake Road redevelopment. Elizabeth Marvelly begins her tour of Heartland New Zealand with a concert at the Civic Theatre, and the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic booked their place in the minor ANZ Championship final. Those stories and more coming up next on City News. Rotorua District Council Roading Manager Peter Dine says he's pleased with the progress of the Lake Road redevelopment. Mr Dine says to date Council and telecommunication services have been updated and the project is on target and on budget.
Everybody would like to see it complete by tomorrow, but by and large the public have been really understanding. All the businesses down there and the residents and the travelling public have actually all been really cooperative and understand that it's not an easy job. It's difficult working with that much traffic on the road. Traffic management is a real major component of the project, and it does slow down the rate you can actually do things.
Peter Dine says completion of the Lake Road upgrade is in March next year. The two French tourists who were assaulted and robbed in an unprovoked attack as they hitched a lift to Rotorua on the weekend have said they want to continue their holiday in New Zealand despite what's happened. The tourists were picked up by two men in a dark-coloured sedan on the highway south of Mount Maunganui while trying to hitchhike to Rotorua. Police have appealed to witnesses to the incident at an abandoned petrol station on State Highway 2 or for sightings of the car, described as an older model four-door sedan in rough condition. The registration number is thought to be ZR9879 or similar. The number plate is registered to a black Nissan Pulsar and police are investigating the lead. On Sunday night, Elizabeth Marvelly begins her tour of Heartland New Zealand and with her concert at the Civic Theatre. Elizabeth's father, Brent Marvelly, said he's looking forward to seeing his daughter who's been busy writing her third album. He says the album tour is a trip down memory lane for Elizabeth and supporting artists Carl Doy and Ben Morrison.
Carl, of course, really doesn't need any introduction. Carl Doy's been around for a long time. Very special person and also a very special friend of Elizabeth's. So he was the producer of her first album and co-producer of her second album. Ben Morrison, a bit of a story there. Ben goes back to the day when Sir Howard Morrison and Dame Malvina took Elizabeth on tour with them and took Ben as well. So two young ones went away with them when they were about 17 and 18, and Ben's come back to help Elizabeth on this tour. So he's come back from Austria.
That must have been a life-changing event for Elizabeth to go away with Sir Howard.
Yeah, very much so. Sir Howard was a great mentor. Hard, but that's what it's about. You got to learn the right way, and no one better to learn from than Sir Howard.
Elizabeth Marvelly is in concert on Sunday night at the Civic Theatre. In sport tonight, the Waikato Bay of Plenty Magic booked their place in the minor final with a nerve-wracking 49-48 win over the Adelaide Thunderbirds in their sudden death ANZ Championship clash in Hamilton last night. The Magic will meet the Northern Mystics in Auckland next Monday to decide who will meet the Melbourne Vixens in the grand final. Magic shooter Irene van Dijk says it's going to be hard up against the Mystics, but at least there's going to be a Kiwi team in the final. To Weather Now Rotorua, brought to you by Trevor Robson Signs and Graphics Limited. Tonight, fine, light winds and an overnight low of 3. Tomorrow, Wednesday, fine apart from a few cloudy periods. Light winds, a high of 12 and low of -2. Looking out for Thursday now, fine apart from a few cloudy periods, light winds, a high of 11 and a low -2. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Wednesday, variable 5 knots, waves less than half a metre and long fine spells. Don't forget, for program listings and other info, check out our website at tvrotorua.co.nz. Still to come tonight on City News. William Yip has what's on at the museum. I meet Mark and Jake Patterson and take a look at their rugby jersey collection. And Carly Jackson talks to employment rights advocate Paul Blair.